Hello, Aries, and welcome to Cosmic Mirror Tarot. I am Jaja, and I am going to get into your 2022 love messages. If you're new, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. I am new here. I do have an intro video that goes into kind of what sparked me to start my YouTube channel, a little background information on me. I also, just FYI, did a karmic versus twin flame video just because I was called to do it right before I started these love messages. So that is already up on YouTube, so check that out for sure. I'm thinking, I have a ton of oracle cards here, guys, so I'm thinking the way we're going to do this is we're just going to let spirit guide us through the oracle, and then we'll get into a Celtic cross because I feel like no tarot read is complete without a Celtic cross. All right, so to start, we'll start with the Gateway of Light Activation Tarot. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love these. They're divine spirit messages, also some interdimensional being and angel messages kind of mixed in there. I love them. So we'll pull one of these and we will get some insight into your love messages for 2022. Not let the universe know we're there. So for 2022, you have transcendence, ascension. You are rising up. Merkaba activation. Love that, guys. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Merkaba, but and I believe, I don't remember which sign it was that got this in their January through March reading. I don't think it was you guys, but basically the Merkaba is I think it's a sacred symbol. What Spirit's really telling me is it's like a key to interdimensional travel, which I know I just said a whole lot there. But it is a symbol that is within Metatron's cube. So if you're familiar with Metatron, he is considered the archangel that is the right hand of God. That's kind of like the scientist slash architect of our actual reality. So the things that actually make up our physical matrix. And his cube has all of the, plutonic solids and shapes and stuff like that were required in order to build the structure that we call our reality. The Merkaba is found within Metatron's cube. And so it's believed that that is kind of like the key that you need in order to interdimensionally travel. Okay? So basically, this card is asking you to, when it comes to your love life specifically, understand that everything happens for a reason, that people are here for, and your interactions in love are here for your transcendence and ascension. And essentially, I think it's more of like Spirit saying, be cognizant of what comes up for you in love, right? Because all of these experiences are learning lessons. All right, so that was your, Gateway of Light oracle card. All right, for your Celtic triangum, you got Beach. And the Beach card represents, give me a second, old knowledge and old writing. It also represents the month of November and December, so the first 2 months of the Celtic calendar, but of course the last 2 of our calendar. So let's see what it specifically has to say about that. The choosing of this Ogam card has much to say about yesterday that is relevant today. As the wisdom and beauty of the past and taste and ideas change or are discarded, the thirst for knowledge of the questioning spirit will always continue. You will often need to turn to the past and its works in order to rediscover lost wisdom and to find a firm basis on which to construct further ideas and interpretation. If a writer or craftsman has felt the urge or commitment to express his feelings in a tangible way, you too have an obligation to observe this work and further it in your own time. It's interesting because as I was reading that, I just kept getting Emperor vibes, which is you guys' card, right? So I really feel like what Spirit is saying here is, you know, really take a look at how things transpired in previous relationship, what you liked, what you didn't like. And so in 2022, really integrating that. If you're searching for a partner, or if you're just trying to take a relationship that you're currently in to the next relationship, like really pull on the past to the present of the things that you want, right? Because if we're trying to manifest ascension, if we're or transcendence, keeping with the Merkaba activation, then really try and stay in this vibration of like, this is what I liked, and this is what I'm trying to manifest moving forward. Love that for you guys. All right, so next up, I have what are these? These are the romance cards. I'll link them below. I can't even remember what they're called, but if you're familiar, if you watch enough tarot here on YouTube, you definitely have seen them before. So we'll pull, Spirit is telling me 3 of these, and then we'll get into the Kipper deck. And then, oh no, I want to do past life and fairy. Oh my god, I told you guys, like, I have a lot of oracle cards here. But since I was pulling basically kind of like an overview for the entire year, I figured it'd probably be a good idea to, you know, do a bunch of oracles. All right. So, per your romance, we got calling in your soulmates. Your prayers, affirmation, and visualizations will help bring you together. Wasn't that what I was just talking about, guys? I was literally just saying, you know, keep your thoughts pure. Really focus on what you want as you're trying to call in this soulmate. The second card you pulled is attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this fully. Love that. Yeah, I was getting this kind of like fun, flirty, open to experiment kind of vibe from you guys. As I was reading the Celtic Tree Oracle, like almost like you're open to it and you're just exploring. Again, like Emperor vibes, like just kind of out there conquering. Your last card was deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I don't know. I may have to pull on this separately, you guys. I'm not quite sure what that is about, but it sounds like if you're an Aries and you're single, you're definitely trying to call in a higher level of commitment with someone. And your manifesting actually is pretty spot on right now. I'm getting a very huge kind of like magician vibe from you guys. So yeah, okay, let's see what the Kipper deck has to say. I kind of want to pull on this deception, but we'll use the Kipper deck to clarify actually the romance oracles. Let's see. Ooh. It's a brand new deck, guys, so it's pretty stiff. All right. Clarifying. Calling your soulmate. We have coffin, child, and unexpected income. For attraction, we got mature man, wealthy man, and concern. For deception, we have house, family room, and official person. Okay, so for starters here, I'm getting a sense that there is something that you will either be ending the beginning of the year. I'm hearing like first 2 to 3 months. It doesn't take you guys very long to get over things. I mean, Aries are known. I mean, you're a cardinal fire sign, so you guys get the fuck on when you're ready. So I'm getting a very strong sense here, and it is pinging off of this deception that like whatever situation you're currently in, it's feeling more situationship vibes, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's pretty much done. Like your mind is on a couple of other people, to be honest with you. Um, that's what I'm getting off of this coffin card. Like you're ready to call in a soulmate, so all the little, fly by night or situationships or whatever, like you're done with. Like it's dead, right? With the child and unexpected income, um, I don't know. Like I was getting these childlike, playful, like experimentation vibes from your Celtic tree oracle. I do remember getting that for your overall energy for the first 3 months of 2022, which I posted that video for you guys a couple days ago, I think, or maybe it was yesterday. But it's the same feeling of you guys just almost just being in play, right? Like experimenting with like money in your first 3 months of 2022. I think I was getting like crypto vibes, like looking into cryptocurrencies, looking into like multiple streams of income, but like doing it playfully, like not being too serious about it, and that's what this is giving me. And so in regards to calling in a soulmate, it's almost like you're taking that same mentality and applying it across your love life, right? Like you're just in this space of like, I want to play and I want to experiment. I'm done with the bullshit of the past, and I'm ready to move forward. In attraction, I mean, we have both a mature man, a wealthy man, an official person here. So y'all aren't struggling when it comes to attracting someone. This concern that's here tells is giving me like being concerned about your energy being scattered in too many different directions, which I would say is it's a valid concern for you guys, Aries, because I mean, like I said, you're a cardinal fire sign, so y'all can be all over the place. Your biggest challenge is that emperor energy of being kind of like steady and stern. But when it comes to relationships, you guys are pretty good at monogamy and settling down. Like most of the Aries I know are very stable in relationships. And so I'm getting this like, because your natural kind of ability or your natural sense of self is that emperor of like, I sit on my throne and I'm very choosy about who's around me, right? This fun and playful, almost like Sagittarian mutable energy is different for you guys. And so the concern card is giving me like you being concerned about either staying in this fun, flirty experimentation energy for too long, or just letting like attracting too much into your energy when you guys like to sit upon your throne and be choosy, right? But I think it's all for growth, right? Going back to your macabre for your gateway of light oracle, like the universe is just trying to get you to ascend, and the more experiences we have, the more practical knowledge that we have, the better it is and the easier it is for us to spiritually ascend, right? In the deception or clarifying deception, you have house, family room, and official person. This is what tells me, remember I was going back to like that coffin in calling in your soulmate. There's some sort of situationship that you're in right now, or it could be a marriage, possibly with house and family room, that just is not working for you. Um, like at all. And so but I feel like that. Like this doesn't feel hidden or unknown. You guys are very self aware, right? So I just get this feeling that you're just kind of like, this isn't for me. Like the deception is not. And I'm also getting, it's totally possible that you guys could be wearing the false mask where it's like, I'm out, right? I'm just kind of here until the lease is up, or, like I'm hearing this kind of like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. And maybe that's the deception. Like you're the one that's being deceptive, and, do as y'all will. All right, pulling fairy cards. Love these cards. This is some random deck that I found at one of those like magical shops near me. and it's like half in Spanish. But I love the pictures. I love the meanings. They have like this weird quirky way of like of doing. It's like a 36 card spread, which kind of reminds me of the Celtic Tree Oracle. I may do that for you guys one day, where I use every card in the deck, and how they're arranged kind of tells a story. But it's pretty intense. But so the fairy deck does the same thing. So let's see what the Fae have to say about your love life in 2022. So we got number 21, number 24, which is heart, and number 6. Okay, a couple things that I want to note here. There are several mountains. There are mountains on either side of this soulmate connection, which is represented, the number 24 that's here in the middle, is representative of the Lover's card in the tarot. Which immediately is just giving me like you guys are aware of the obstacles needed in order to call in this soulmate. I'm getting heavy, like, you know, either you're single or you're coming out of a relationship and you're just fully aware of what you want. And so like Emperor in the Chariot vibes, like you're willing to go out and look for that. But it's like the obstacle is basically going back out and dating again, which, trust me, I know it is real ghetto in these streets. You know, and it's just like this, like, oh, I don't want to date again. Like, do I do online dating? Do I do, you know, like, that's kind of the vibes I'm getting with both mountains on either side. The number 24 that's here really talks about head over heart decisions or heart over head decisions. Like, it's really up to you which way you want to go. But at the end of the day, a soul tie is a soul tie, right? And a lot of times that is a heart over head decision, right? You guys being, you know, the Emperor, that sometimes it's harder to make that heart over head. You're always thinking with your head, right? And I think that's why the number 6, which is another mountain card, is the final like kind of obstacle, right? It's like getting over this practical way of looking at love, because love is not practical, right? So I'm gonna check real quick with the actual card meanings within. That was just my like intuition telling me. Well, I know number 24 pretty well because I like to memorize the Lover's cards. Yeah, so number 6 is confusion, uncertainty, change, loss of direction. And this is giving me like a fear, you know, like, again, going back to that concern of, am I gonna overextend myself by going out and dating? I'm protective of my energy, you know. Am I gonna let in some crazy person? Like, that's kind of the like confusion and uncertainty that I'm getting. Which I'm, you know, when we get into the Celtic Cross, we can definitely look at that. Yeah, the first card, number 21, is called The Mountain, and it's about obstacles, bones, and diversions. Yeah, like I said, I get this heavy sense of like, you know, what obstacle, like what you don't want. You're ready to move past that. And number 24, which is the heart, which is romance, relationship, and union. You know, you're ready to move in that direction, but there's still this, like, you know, fear of getting back out there is really what I'm feeling. All right, last oracle before we get into your Celtic Cross. So this is the Past Life Oracle. Love, love, love this deck. I've had this deck for years. I don't even have the box anymore. I mean, they're like tattered. The reason why I love the Past Life Oracle deck is because a lot of the karma and the dharma that we experience in this life has to do with our past life. Every time I pull a card, it like I can pull the same card every day, and it always gives me a different meaning intuitively, a different energy. It really just depends. Aries for 2022. So let's do, they're telling me they want 3 of these again, so we'll do 3 for past life for you guys. And see what comes up. I keep seeing forgiveness, so we'll see if forgiveness wants to come back out. You know what? It does. It's just, it, like, that was literally the fourth time that I had seen it. So yeah, so whatever situation, I don't know if you guys remember in the beginning we were doing the romance oracles, and it was talking about, the concern in the family room, with the main person, and some deception possibly. I'm getting heavy, like just needing to forgive that person, or even like if the deception was you forgiving yourself, like maybe you had to deceive that person just to get through. Um, just to make it out, like, forgive yourself. It's not, you'll be fine. That person will be fine. Um, all is fair in love and war. Cool. So for your past life oracles, you have forgiveness. Like I said, definitely heavy. Forgive yourself for the past. Forgive whoever, if you're leaving a partner, forgive that person. Because it's definitely going to help you as you're like stay in that high vibrational state as you try and call in a soulmate, right? Because if we're calling in divine union, we have to stay in our highest vibration. The second card that you pulled was phobias. um Again, this has came up. I feel like fear is pretty heavy in your spread. It's kind of like spirit saying to you, be cognizant of how you act, of that cosmic mirror as you date, right? Or as you're leaving this person that is probably being deceitful with you. Like, what fears does that bring up, right? And I don't know, find a way to. I feel like once you acknowledge the like core reason behind the fear, it's easier to get over it. That's my own feeling. Like, once you recognize, like, hey, I'm operating out of fear, then things become, whatever it is that you were fearful of, become less scary. So I just feel like that transcendence, Merkaba activation, of ascension and rising up and keeping your vibration high. You're going to need to forgive, and you're going to need to really take a look at how you operate, as you're dating, or as you're moving on, and as you're healing, and as you're trying to call in this higher level of commitment with someone. The last card you have is knighthood. It's giving me, like, okay, you know how in the beginning we had child, and that like child's like playfulness. It's giving me ascension. It's like you start in experimenting, having this childlike way of like looking at dating and just kind of going out and being flirty and being fun. And then as the year goes on and you start to like integrate your experiences, get a good sense of like, I like that, I didn't like that, this was okay, this upgrade to knighthood. And then after a knight would come the court cards, right? We're talking like king of wands, king of cups, king of pentacles, that kind of thing. So it's giving me like, by November, December, you're well on your way into basically moving in the direction of your highest self, which is the Emperor. It's also giving me like being able to keep your word. So again, for those people who maybe were, kind of beating themselves up about being a little deceitful about leaving a situation, it's like you finally come to terms with like, that is just where I was at. That was my energy at the time, and I'm not gonna beat myself up over that. And moving forward, I'm just gonna speak my truth and move on, right? All right. So that is actually all for the oracle. We made it through all of those. Now let's get into your Celtic Cross. I did shuffle these pretty well beforehand, and they do not want to. But we will give them, Spirit is saying, 4 more shuffles, and move on. Spirit, give me love messages for Aries. This is 2022. Love messages for Aries 2022. Please give me love messages for Aries for 2022. I see the Page of Pentacles and I see the Four of Wands. I've seen the Four of Wands a couple times there. And the Empress. All right. We got the King of Pentacles. Yes, big money. The Tower. Yeah, it's giving me the Lovers. The Seven of Swords in reverse. The Chariot. The Moon as your final outcome. The Seven of Pentacles. The King of Wands. There we go. Just mentioned him. Judgment. And the Queen of Wands and the Five of Swords. I don't know why Spirit wanted me to pull it like that, but let's just talk through this, guys. Okay, so from what I see here, your current energy is the King of Pentacles, which is very grounded, very stable. However, what's crossing it is the Tower. And I think that's where all of this fear is coming from. And I'm getting this sense of, like, whatever situation that you're leaving, there's a little bit of this fear here between, like, was this my divine counterpart? Is it not? Kind of thing. Yeah, there's definitely a really strong soul tie here, guys. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we have the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Lovers. However, there are two kings here. And normally, are they two different energies? Yes. Yeah, so I would say whatever that deceitful situation was, it could have possibly been a third-party situation, and that hence the Tower, right? But with the Chariot here in your past, again, this is you getting in your car, getting the fuck on. So I feel like it's like it was a blow, maybe a little bit to your confidence. There's a little fear here because I'm getting a sense of maybe this was a long-term relationship, or you thought that this person was possibly your person, like your forever person, right? And so this Tower is giving me very much like it sucks, but like the King of Pentacles underneath it is like, I know I'm gonna be okay. Like that's this person's loss, right? And your influence, you have the Lovers. Like again, going back to your romance oracle, like you were calling in a divine counterpart, right? In your subconscious, you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is what's giving me. Remember, I was picking up on, like, it feels to me like part of the deception is like you guys sneaking away. Like, you know, like this other person didn't even know that you hopped in your chariot and you were out. Like, that's what this is giving me. You know, super concerned about whether or not this was worth the effort. But with Judgment here, the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, yeah, I'm just getting this, like, you made a judgment call for your own well-being. Both the King and the Queen of Wands are adamant about their needs. Like, you come to me right or you don't come to me at all. It is how I want things. It is my way or the highway, right? And I feel like that is what, like, that's a conclusion you came to. And so it's just like, no, I'm not staying in this situation. Yeah, sorry, the Two of Cups fell out. Like, there's definitely something here from a soulmate perspective. Spirit is just asking you to wait. I'm also hearing date. Like, seriously date. Don't go back, you know? Um, yeah, guys, they're definitely, I think this moon here is just like, I'm almost getting like Moon and Ace of Pentacles vibes, you know, where it's just like the universe is absolutely going to gift you with something. You just have to remain patient. And by remaining patient, I mean get out there, you know, get on your chariot, you know, look around, see what's out there. Like, do not be afraid to experiment, is all that I keep hearing for you guys. That experience is absolutely going to help you recognize your divine counterpart when they show up. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I feel like this was a great reading. Let me know what you think. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to get through all of the signs for love today, and then tomorrow I will be doing money. And so, yeah, so let me know your thoughts. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Eve. Be safe out there.